It's been a long time coming, now it's finally here. The time is right, the mission is clear. Just a small little something to warn the nearest local. You need to switch your style, upgrade your vocals. Either bring it to the floor, stay against the wall. You fumble and drop the mic, your hands too small. How you claim to be a rapper, but never rock the party? That's like being a killer and never caught a body. Being Aaron Beats who wanna rob is free. We rob them seas and give away their styles for free.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, B Sparrow BTR 2021. How y'all doing? It is February 8th over here in Oxon Hill, Maryland. About 20 degrees, and guess what? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I got a lot to do, y'all, so I just wanted to get this out of the way. It's been on my mind for a minute, and as you can see, I have NickCannon on the screen here. We talked about this the other day, but some more news came up since we talked about NickCannon and his he reunited with Viacom, and so therefore for Wildin' Out should be coming back out. Viacom and NickCannon renew their relationship. But let me read this article, go over it right quick. Viacom, however you want to say it. I prefer Viacom. I'm country. Okay, Viacom CBS has reestablished its working relationship with NickCannon. The move, company insiders tell Variety, which this article is from Variety.com. I ain't taking no credit for it. That's not what I do over here. Comes as a result of the steps that the performer and producer has taken to engage and partner with Jewish leaders and make amends for anti-Semitic statements he made last summer that led to Viacom, CBS, to cut its ties to Cannon. And we had a heated conversation about this on my panel. Oh, it was a lot of us. Me, K. Judah, Sister Eve, Sister April, Moshe Ben Yahud. I think Monster Moshe was there. I think Brother Bossy was there. But all of us was there. They know how much I love NickCannon. And so when it came out that he was speaking truth about Black Americans being the true Jews according to Scripture, I was so proud of him, but then he came out and apologized. They made him apologize. That was so disappointing to me. And so then he have this meeting with Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, and that kind of, I guess that was a meeting for their way to teach NickCannon their truth. And he fell for it. He bowed down and gave in. And I was so disappointed. But I learned some things about Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, and his so-called leader, Simon Wiesenthal, that I did research on it, and I did a video on it. And what I want to do is I want to go back and play that video. I want y'all to listen to what I said that came to pass. Not claiming to be no prophet or nothing, but I'm just saying I said it was going to happen. So back to this article in Variety. Production on new episodes of Cannon's long-running comedy series Wildin' Out is expected to resume at some point beyond the near future. Old episodes of Wildin' Out are returning to VH1's schedule this week. And as y'all know, Wildin' Out offered DC Young Fly to host the show, but he turned it down because he said that Nick was the one that put him on, and it would be like a betrayal to his brother if he start hosting Wildin' Out. So he turned it down. And only God knows how many other people they asked. So Nick, okay, so this article says Nick has not only apologized and taken responsibility for his comments. Y'all are going to learn real soon that you are not that people. You are not that people. I always wondered why, if somebody said anything against you, then they were preaching anti-Semitism. Who are the real Semitic people? When Abraham Cooper came to Nick Cannon's table, and that's the name of the video, Nick Cannon, whom did you have sitting at your table? All these things should have come out. Nick should have really expressed himself and pulled out proof, according to scripture, that we are the true Hebrew. And I'm not apologizing for it. So it says not only did he apologize and take responsibility, but he has also worked to educate himself and others through engagement with Jewish leaders and on his platform. An MTV Entertainment Group spokesman told Variety. Those efforts are of the utmost importance, and that's why we have invited him to rejoin our team. On a separate note, we just learned that he tested positive for COVID and have reached out to wish him a speedy recovery. Now, why was it their responsibility to tell the world that Nick Cannon had COVID-19? I didn't even know. Who knew? They thought it their business to tell the world that Nick Cannon is quarantining from COVID-19. Shouldn't we have heard that from Nick? Or do y'all own him now again? Oh, anyway, Cannon has earned praise in recent months from Jewish leaders for partnering with Jewish community organizations against anti-Semitism. In August, Cannon and Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt co-authored an op in the Jewish newspaper, The Forward, on the anniversary of 2017, the white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, and the need for Black and Jewish leaders to work together. A month earlier, Cannon toured with Simon Wiesenthal with the he toured the Simon Wiesenthal Center Museum of Tolerance and pledged a donation to the organization. And this is where I pick up my video that I recorded on July 25th, 2020, called Nick Cannon, Whom Did You Have Eaten at Your Table? I'm going to play it. While I play it, I'm going to share pictures and photos as we talk about this Simon Wiesenthal. That's what we're going to do. So, again, I'm going to share a video. It's actually going to be audio. It's a video, but it's just me and Jules talking about this article I found in reference to Simon Wiesenthal, Abraham Cooper. Now, this video took place after Nick Cannon apologized for his so-called anti-Semitic comments. He said that the Black people were the real I'm paraphrasing. Said that Black people were the real Jews and the ones that are over in the land now are imposters. And I stand by that 100% according to scripture. They swapped us out and they know it. Nick know it. Pretty soon, and if Abraham Cooper didn't know it. He will find out pretty soon. The truth is going to come out. The truth is going to come out. Again, this video is called Nick Cannon, Whom Did You Have Eating at Your Table? But wait, let me say this again before I do that. Also, the reason why I am playing this video is because K. Judah talked about this on his platform the other day, and I was going to talk about it, but he kind of beat me to it. But it's okay, but I can still talk about it. That's my beloved. It's all right. Nick Cannon and Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish, Nick Cannon, among 170 to sign statement launching Black Jewish Entertainment Alliance. Can it get any worse? Can it get any better? Before I get into the video that I did on this topic, January 25th, 2020, let me share this with you guys. First, this story about Nick Cannon and Tiffany Haddish. That's what I get for waiting when stories come across my Shooting the Facts group. Sometimes I'll wait. About Tiffany Haddish, it's just amazing to me how all of a sudden, I don't know, maybe she educated herself, but she is letting the world know that she is Jewish. I don't know how she came to that conclusion, whether she know for a fact that she comes from Jewish ancestry. Did she study it through scripture? I don't know. But y'all know what I'm getting at. It's just amazing to me how after she bombed remember she bombed at one of her shows, she was so drunk she couldn't get it together, or maybe she was hungover. And it seems like after that, things start opening up for her just like that. I don't know. All of a sudden, she started claiming she was Jewish, and things started opening up for her. And I'm not knocking Tiffany Haddish. I love her as a person. You know, whatever she do, that's her business. But Tiffany Haddish, Nick Cannon among 170 to sign statement launching Black Jewish Entertainment Alliance. High-profile signatures of statement launching Black Jewish Entertainment Alliance include Nick Cannon, who apologized after making anti-Semitic statements last year on a podcast episode. So why would he pardon? Anyway, more than 170 entertainment industry leaders have signed a unity statement marking the launch of the Black Jewish Entertainment Alliance designed to foster dialogue and mutual understanding. The high-profile signees include Tiffany Haddish, who is Black and Jewish, Mayim Bialik, NFL player Zach Banner, who has emerged as a leading pro-athlete voice against anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism, y'all know. I'm just thrown by this. Terry Crews, Herbie Hancock, Sharon Osbourne, and Nick Cannon, who apologized after making so-called anti-Semitic statements last year. Oh, God. In the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Herschel, the rabbi, and the many blacks and Jews, y'all, who stood together in the fight for civil rights, we come together to support each other in the struggle against hatred and bigotry. The group's unity statement reads, y'all, it done made me sneeze. See how it just made me sneeze. Excuse me, y'all. Anyway, the organization will hold programming geared to its goals of dialogue and understanding, as well as in-person trips such as pilgrimage to destinations that are historically or culturally significant to each community, according to the Hollywood Reporter. The alliance comes in the wake of a year that saw a spate of anti Semitic controversies involving several Black history figures, from the rappers Wiley and Jay Electronica to NFL star Deshaun Jackson, in a global protest movement for Black justice in the wake of the death of George Floyd at the hands of a white police officer. Multiple Black celebrities, including former NBA great Charles Barkley and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, repudiated anti-Semitism in the Black community after the incidents last year. I am absolutely flabbergasted by this, but I'm gonna let the Most High do His work. I'm gonna sit back like I've been doing lately, and I'm just gonna watch. Like Dr. Dre, I'm gonna sit back and watch this show. So let me let y'all listen to this video. We're gonna go back to NickCannon, Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, and then Simon Wiesenthal and the Simon Wiesenthal Center, which that's the center that NickCannon made a donation to. As we listen to this audio, I'm going to go to the Simon Wiesenthal website and just show you what the Simon Wiesenthal Center looked like, and let me show you what NickCannon gave his riches to. Okay? So let me pull the video back up once again. The video was recorded on January 25th, 2020, and it's called NickCannon. Whom did you have eating at your table? And this is after he apologized and invited Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, to his show. Let's listen in, y'all. I wanted to talk about, we finally watched that interview with NickCannon, right? And I tried to listen to the whole thing, but this rabbi, he kind of rubbed me the wrong way. First of all, I didn't like how he came on camera and just tried to still trying to degrade Louis Farrakhan, the minister. You on another brother's platform trying to degrade his leader. And then you start talking about your leader. But before I say that, let me ask you this. What do you think about this? The Holocaust only lasted, what, 12, 13 years? If that. And slavery went on.
So that's 12, 13 God days.
We ain't gonna get into that. But slavery went on for over 400 years, and it's still going on today. How come we can't get the proper, I don't want to say reparations, but I'm going to say, how come we can't get the proper reparations? They were oppressed. NickCannon talked about the oppression between the black man and the Jewish man. But where are they oppressed? Their oppression lasted 12, 13 years. They rich. They got money. They got their own nation. They got their own schools. They got their own hospitals. How is that oppression compared to us? I don't understand that. That I don't get. And this rabbi kept talking about how they hate evil, how the Jews hate evil. How can you hate evil when you was part of the most evil plan in the world? I don't understand that. He talked about his mentor, Simon Wiesenthal, and the Simon Wiesenthal Center. And I looked up that center, and I did some research, and I listened to what's her name? Vicky Dillon, Fly Nubian Queen. She exposed this article about Simon Wiesenthal and the Simon Wiesenthal Center, the house built on lies. It was written in 2010. And the rabbi kept on and on and on and on and on about Simon Wiesenthal and this center. And I want to read from this article. It's a long article too. I want to read from this article some things about the Simon Wiesenthal Center. The Simon Wiesenthal, I can't even talk. The Simon Wiesenthal Center, a house built on lies. This article was written in 2010. And this is what Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, wanted to talk about on the platform with NickCannon. And nobody must open no Bible verses to prove that we are the Hebrew and that they are apostles. The only thing he said in reference to that was that it broke his heart or something of that matter. That Nick said that he was an imposter. First of all, he said he didn't know who NickCannon was. That his daughter and his nephew called him up and had to tell him who NickCannon was. So that tells me that you're only on NickCannon platform because he is, as you said yourself, somebody in this world. Oh God. That's what he said. I ain't said. The Simon Wiesenthal Center was written by Jackie Muhammad in 2010. And he wrote it in the Final Call. You know that Muslim newspaper that I read sometimes? The Final Call. It says, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, or SWC, one of the most powerful Jewish organizations in the world, has portrayed itself as an international human rights organization, but is in reality an apologist for the Zionist state of Israel. The Wiesenthal Center has now targeted. This is what he was targeting. The center was targeting Louis Farrakhan. And they targeted Louis Farrakhan because he published a book called The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews, Volume 2. And the two landmark speeches entitled Who Are the Real Church of Israel? See, that's why they was going at Louis Farrakhan, because Louis Farrakhan was revealing some stuff. It was trying to let the black people know who they really were. Back in the 90s, we was walking around here blind, thinking we were African American. And then some of us didn't even want to be that. But the minister's powerful initiative marked a turning point in the American race relations that has upset the enemies of the rise of Black America. Okay? Minister Farrakhan has now challenged the very identity of those who have called themselves the chosen people of the Most High Yah. His exegesis, I can't even pronounce that word, of the Old Testament, backed by documentation of how the involvement of Jews in the slave system destroyed blacks while building astronomical Jewish wealth, has caused anger and resentment among the Jewish elites. As the national bestseller goes into its second printing at the time, this is 2010, under the leadership of rabbis Marvin Heyer and Abraham Cooper, is the rabbi that Nick had on his platform the other day, and Dr. Harold Brackley have launched a classic disinformation campaign to discredit the book and Minister Louis Farrakhan, the minister. They penned a 16-page rebuttal to a 512-page. Oh, I tell you. They penned a 16-page rebuttal to a 512-page. How do they do that? The secret relation between blacks and Jews. It avoids all the book's important themes, inserts extraneous issues that are not even in the book, and arrogantly refuses to acknowledge the central role that the Jews played in the enslavement, dehumanization, emasculation, and psychological destruction of black people for over 400 years. Yet you want us to talk about a Holocaust that lasted 12 or 13 years. You said one of the things that came out of his mouth on his platform was that if any people had the right to stand up and fight against the world and say how wrong it is, it's Jewish people. And I'm like, oh yeah, because you was oppressed for just 12 or 13 years. You was oppressed for 12 or 13 years. As opposed to our 400 plus years and still counting. But we can't stand up and talk about it. We can't talk about our oppression. But you want people to feel sorry for yours. And if somebody say anything against your oppression, you ready to tear them down. You ready to knock them down. Okay, I gotta shut this down because my computer is acting up. But I'm gonna come right back. Hold on. This is part 2 of the video coming up, y'all. Right now. The center head is. All right. Okay, so I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. I had to take care of some things right quick. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how we do. Woo, woo. Okay. So I was talking about the interview with Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, and NickCannon, and I just saw a few things that I did not like, and especially with this rabbi. I don't know why these so-called Jewish people think that 12 years or 13 years of Holocaust can compare to 400 plus years of slavery and oppression. I don't know where their mindset is that we can't talk about what has happened to us, what has happened to us. Every time we talk about what happens to us and we talk about the people that has done what they done to us, we're considered anti-Semitic. Another thing I don't like about that interview, which I didn't really watch the whole thing, but I watched more than I did initially, is that no one brought out scripture. No one brought out scripture. NickCannon did not bring out scripture to question this rabbi on his. Nobody brought out scripture on his so-called Jewish heritage that he was so offended by when Nick said that the Jews are imposters. If he was so offended by it, why didn't he back that up with scripture? That's what I did not understand. I just couldn't grasp at all. And so he talked about his mentor, Simon Wiesenthal, and the Wiesenthal Center. But he also did a lot of talking about Louis Farrakhan, the minister. Again, trying to bring Minister Louis Farrakhan down to a pulp like he tried to do in the past, and he's still trying to do, because of a book that Louis Farrakhan, the minister, wrote. According to this article that I'm reading, that was written in 2010. When Louis Farrakhan wrote this book, the name of the book, is A Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews, Who Are the Real Children of Israel. And I guess when this book came out, a lot of us were not in the truth yet. So Louis Farrakhan, the minister, brought a lot of truth to the forefront. He was the one that got us start researching and start thinking and start listening that maybe he got something going over there. Maybe we are the true Hebrews. And because of that, a lot of the so-called Jewish community tried to call him anti-Semitic, just like they called NickCannon anti-Semitic for saying that we are the real Hebrews and that the Jewish people, we are the real Jews. The Jewish people today are imposters. So according to this article, the minister's powerful initiative marked a turning point in America's race relations that has upset the enemies of the rise of Black America, just as it is today. Now, again, this article was written in 2010. Farrakhan, the minister, has challenged the very identity of those who have called themselves the chosen people of the Most High Yah. His exegesis is, how you say this word? Hold on, I'm gonna figure this out. Once and for all. Let me pronounce it right. Figure out how to pronounce this. Oh, it's just his interpretation. His exegesis. There you go. Hey, his exegesis of the Old Testament, backed by documentation of how the involvement of Jews in the slave system destroyed blacks while building astronomical Jewish wealth, has caused anger and resentment among the Jewish elite even up to today. Shalom, Brother Boss. Shalom, brother. Talking about the interview between NickCannon and Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, and how I just did not like him. I did not like that rabbi at all, and I think Nick should have went hard. No scripture was presented to prove either case, and so I could not watch the whole interview. But what I did watch, I learned some things about this rabbi, according to this article written in 2010. They wanted to go at Louis Farrakhan back in the day for waking Black America up and letting them know that they are the real Jews. They didn't like that, so they started to call him anti-Semitic, and they started turning Black people against Farrakhan, which is what they might do with NickCannon, since NickCannon had the devil sitting at his table. Okay? So, as Farrakhan book goes into second print, the SWC, or the Simon Wiesenthal Center, remember, Simon Wiesenthal was Abraham Cooper's mentor. He talked about him on that panel the other day. Simon Wiesenthal was Abraham Cooper's mentor. So as Viacom's book goes into second printing, under the leadership of Rabbis Marvin Heyer and Abraham Cooper and Dr. Harold Brackman, they launched a classic disinformation campaign to discredit the book and the minister. That's when they started calling him anti-Semitic, because he was waking the people up. He was waking black people up about their true heritage. They penned a tepid 16-page rebuttal to a 512-page The Secret Relationship that avoids all the book's important things, inserts extraneous issues that are not even in the book, and arrogantly refuses to acknowledge the central role that they played, the Jews, that they play in the enslavement, the dehumanization, the emasculation, and psychological destruction of black people for over 400 years. Yet, they want to throw this Holocaust that only lasted 12, 13 years, they want to throw that in our face. Y'all feel me? Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? They threw... Again, y'all, at the time, I had not done my research about the Holocaust, and I didn't realize that, excuse me, it only lasted from 1941 to 1945. Initially, 1941 to 1945, compared to 400 plus years. Back to the video. Anyway, what is generally unknown is that the Simon Wiesenthal Center has a well-documented history of lies. I need to go back. So, in a graphic detail and well-documented fashion, The Secret Relationship, the book, describes the how and why black people endured the worst form of slavery ever recorded, and further demonstrates exactly how the Jews profited from it. And they don't want to admit it. That's why they try to stop black people from the truth. Because they want to prolong their power. They want to prolong their power. They know that when all of us realize who we are and when we rise up, that it's a done deal for them. So they're going to do anything they can to prolong, to keep the power that they have. Like, you talk about a Holocaust that lasted 10, 12, 13 years, as opposed to an oppression to a people that lasted over 400 years and is still going on. You seem to have gotten reparations off of your little Holocaust. You're rich. You have your nation. You have your schools. You have your hospitals. What do we have? After 400 years, 400 plus years of oppression, we have nothing. And because we talking about it, because we talking about how you contributed to our oppression, so we anti-Semitic now? Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Brother Boss, you're gonna have to ask Louis Farrakhan that. I don't know. If Farrakhan says we are the real Jews, why does he claim Islam? You're gonna have to ask him that. I don't know. What is generally unknown is that the Simon Wiesenthal Center has a well-documented history of lies, distortions, and exaggerations, and they are moving against the minister and black people to deflect attention away from the ugly controversies that have surrounded the center. Blacks, Latinos, Muslims, as well as members of the Jewish community itself have condemned the center and the poor quality of its research. This universal condemnation has led to its being ridiculed internationally as an organization built on lies. And this is the organization that Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, is a part of. The very same so-called organization that's supposed to be what is their the most powerful Jewish organizations in the world, and has portrayed itself as an international human rights organization. It's really full of SHYT. Really. Woo. So among their many documented reuses, listen to these, Jules. They doctored a World War II photograph of a concentration camp with prisoners, and they painted in smoke billowing from chimneys, intended to make viewers believe that it was from the Jews who were being incinerated. After it was disclosed that the center had inserted the smoke, the center removed it from the photograph and eventually removed the picture from its website. Incredibly, the center tried to explain away the embarrassment, claiming that the smoke was a result of a smudge, an explanation no one believed. Did you understand that?
They made it look like the place was being burned up in the room.
They made it look like that it was where they were burning Jewish bodies. They call it an incinerator. They put in the chimneys in the picture and put smoke, where they put smoke coming from the chimney to make it look like it was a place where they were burning the Jews. This has been proven that they did this. That it was a lie.
But they still got reparations.
Well, this was in our time, I think. This was in our lifetime that this happened. You know what I'm saying? Mark Weber, director of the Institute of Historical Review, wrote that the SWC's, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, Simon Wiesenthal was Abraham Cooper rabbi. He co-founded this center with his mentor, who is Simon Wiesenthal. Simon Wiesenthal, who's no longer here, passed away some time ago. But he on NickCannon's platform, that rabbi talked about how they hated evil so much. I don't understand how you gonna hate evil and you a part of it. How do you hate evil when you're a part of it? That's devilish. So I was saying, Mark Weber, the director of the Institute of Historical Review, wrote that the SWC, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, record of exaggerating anti-Jewish sentiment to raise money is no secret. Even the Anti-Defamation League has acknowledged that the center makes inaccurate and exaggerated claims about anti-Semitism to raise money. I wouldn't be surprised if they got some money out of NickCannon. Go ahead and make a donation for his anti-Semitic remarks.
And there you have it. And there you have it. I said it, January 25th, 2020, that all of this was going to cause NickCannon to make a donation. And he did. He visited the Simon Wiesenthal Center and he made a donation. That's all I wanted to point out. I'm kind of disappointed in NickCannon. I don't know about this Tiffany Haddish and partnership. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. As for me and my house, we're going to do what the Lord say. We're going to believe what the scriptures say. We're going to believe what the scriptures say. But let me listen to this a little bit more and see what else I said after that. Let me get back to this right quick. Play about 5 or 10 more minutes of it. Then I'm gonna shut this thing down because, like I said, she got things to do, hunty.
All right over there. Just right on the back. Regard for truth makes it possible to die. He has been under fire for his sordid history and flagrant lying and
I gotta run it back.
sentiments in the claims about anti-Semitism to raise money. I wouldn't be surprised they got some money out of NickCannon. Go ahead and make a donation for his anti-Semitic. Here's an example. It found that a Center fundraising letter is replete with factual misstatements and exaggerations about anti-Jewish sentiments in the United States and Europe. The fabrication or suppression of information by the Center appears to be their mainstay. Indeed, Simon Wiesenthal himself has come under fire for his sordid history of flagrant lying. This is Abraham Cooper's mentor. He has been under fire for his sordid history and flagrant lying and bold-faced exaggerations. The famed Australian Nazi hunter, now confirmed by newly found documents to have been an Israeli Mossad agent, was said to never let the facts get in the way of a good story. Liars they are. Hunting Evil author Guy Walters depicts Wiesenthal as a liar, and a bad one at that. He relates how Wiesenthal concocted outrageous stories about his war years and made fictitious claims concerning his academic achievements. Walters found so many inconsistencies between Wiesenthal's three main memoirs and contemporaries documents that it is impossible to establish a reliable narrative from them. Wiesenthal's scant regard for truth makes it possible to doubt everything he ever wrote. But yet, this is the rabbi's mentor that he praised on NickCannon's platform the other day. Have mercy.
Anyway, y'all, I wanted to give y'all an idea of who Simon Wiesenthal is. NickCannon visited the Simon Wiesenthal Center, donated his money, and I guess he educated himself. Please leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about Abraham Cooper, the rabbi, Simon Wiesenthal, and the Simon Wiesenthal Center. NickCannon, sir, these are the people that you have sitting at your table. Good luck with you. Sugar Earl B. Sparrow, BTR, 2021. How about y'all holler if you're here, man? Okay.
They gave you the mic. Would you go with the cutie, ask you over for the night? Are you all about the spinners? Are you still playing games? Or you just a player hater throwing dirt on a name? It's been a long time coming, now it's finally here. The time is right, the mission is clear. Just a small little something to warn the nearest local. You need to switch your style, upgrade your vocals. You can bring it to the floor, stay against the wall. You fumble and drop the mic. Your hands too small. Now you claim to be a rapper, but never rock the party. Just like being a killer, you never caught a body. Me and R&B, so wanna